What is up, guys, gals, and you awesome means and gamers, different shapes and sizes. It is me, Joshua, or Proxy, bringing you some more Dawn of War 3 on the PC today, and it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video and want to subscribe for more Dawn of War 3 content in the future. But today we are bringing you some more orc gameplay. This is very, very exciting for me because I love this faction, and this is very different because in previous Dawn of War games I never really played as them. I find them to be a little bit confusing in some shape or form, but now, because of the way that they've ended up streamlining all the gameplay when it comes to the first three factions, it's very fun, it's very awesome, it's very fantastic, and today I'm going to bring you a brand new hero character as well, which is also very exciting for me because obviously in the original beta, there wasn't really that many heroes. There was a nice little, small platter to pick from, but now you have a massive portfolio, a selection, a buffet in a sense. Please do not eat them though, you won't be able to use them again, and there's just some really cool ones. And this is the thing, today I'm going to be showing you the commando unit when it comes to the orcs. Now the commando hero unit is a little bit different compared to the other ones. A lot of the other kind of like orc heroes are very in high DPS, they have a very good health pool as well, but the unusual thing about the commando is that it's actually the only unique orc scout unit in the entire game. And this is very unusual because in the Eldar and Space Marine factions, you already have some really cool stealthy units, some that can actually take advantage of cloaking abilities and stuff like that, but the orcs don't really have that because they're brute force kind of fighters. They don't, everything that they use is, it's not really like high technology, it's not about cloaking, it's not about using that kind of, special tech, it's all about the things that they find, all the things that they scrummage, like battle axes and, bolter pistols that have been like decaled with spray paint and weird stuff like that. And it also goes with that kind of passive ability as well, where they can loot stuff. They're kind of like space hobos in a sense, but they're gonna kill you in the face. Now, as just mentioned, the commando hero for the orcs is very unique in a sense that he is the only unit for the orcs that can actually cloak properly. The only other kind of like stealth unit you probably have is the Gretchens, who are very good for finding scouting units who can cloak and such, but they're also very high in their mobility, so it means that they can move very fast, obviously, and allows them to be kind of like a scout unit in a sense if you let them use the shroud and such, but apart from that there's not really anything else. And so when it comes to this commando unit who actually has the ability to cloak himself, but also in a very unique way, which I will actually explain once he pops along. But as you can see here, as usual when it comes to our Dawn of War 3 matches, I like to speed through all of the gibberish and show you all of the nice free-flowing combat, and that is just it. Just want to try and focus on the combat. Now, let me know in the comments below what you think to this kind of like recording style. I would love to know. I think it's very, very good because it means that we get to move all the jargon away, and it means we can actually focus on all that meaty goodness, which is obviously all the blood, all the guts, all the slashing, all the, oh my god, this leg is not mine, it could be Ted's. Actually, no, Ted's over there and he has two legs actually. Does he want a new one? He could actually take it home as like a souvenir for his wife. No, maybe not. But we're about to bring this commando unit in here, and we're also teaming up with some Space Marines, which is very unusual. Again, you gotta try and like, it's that thing of disbelief. You just gotta Space Marines and orcs, maybe one time they thought to themselves, you know what, maybe we could actually join sides and we'll kill each other at the end, or so we'll just pretend that. But you can actually see my commando unit with a K coming in from the left here, and the fantastic thing about him is that he's a unit finisher offer. I'm gonna say that he's a unit assassin in a sense. Now this is actually the first time I've ever used him. I've never used this dude before at all, and he's very, very unique. As you can see here on the right side as well, you actually have the Death Watch running away, has barely any health, but we're gonna have my commando finish that dude off once and for all. And this is the really cool thing about the commando. Not only is this orc unit able to cloak, but he can also use a double barrel shotgun to finish off enemy heroes, or just units in general, just because the double barrel shotgun, while having a very long reload time, has fantastic critical strike DPS, which is very, very good. Doesn't have very good passive DPS. This is the thing. You want to generally try and keep him in cloak and then bring him in when you're about to finish people off, because obviously when it comes to fights and people are starting to whittle down and stuff like that, they will still be able to do something to you. But thanks to this commando unit, he's very, very good at just kind of like doing outward support, which is very, very nice as well. Now you're actually going to see enemy assault marines here just trying to take down my standard orcs. We've also got a, is that a Gabriel? No, that is a librarian, and these assault marines are actually going to be getting very, very cocky here, but because I have this commando unit, he's going to be able to jump in here and actually finish off some assault marines, having to wait for that librarian barrier to come down though. There we go. He's going to rush in here with that double barrel shotgun and fill some lead luck. Wow, that is a lot of damage, getting knocked out here by a dropship, but he will get back in here very, very quickly and be able to dish out some damage. He's very slow as well, unless he actually gets his cloak. This is one thing to mention as well. He kind of like skips, like he's going over poppy fields for some reason, like he's picking flowers or something. I'm not too sure why. But the really cool thing about his other abilities, which I'll get into now, is what makes him incredibly useful too. So not only does he have this double barrel shotgun, which allows you to finish off heroes and enemy unit squads, but he also comes with his cloaking ability. Now, it's not just a standard cloak. It's not just like your, say, like sniper Space Marines. You know, not sniper Space Marines, but your sniper Marines on the Space Marine team. It's that while they can actually cloak automatically, he actually cloaks through an ability. Now, this is very, very cool. Not only can you just activate the cloak, but he can also attack people in close range, so do that double barrel shot, but then use his stun grenade, which he slams down on himself, and then he activates the cloak. So not only does it stun enemies around him, allowing him to escape after doing that double barrel shot, but he can also stun enemies as well while doing it, which is very, very cool. They can just like make you escape with the cloak. So here we go, actually got a massive little fight here going on. We've got some Space Marines teaming up with some, I don't know why this guy's just using these reconnaissance Marines. It seems so weird. Hey, let's finish some dudes off. I'm going to try and take this capture point here. We're going to try and take the enemy base. Now in front of us, we obviously have 2 enemy turrets. Now these are really, really powerful, incredibly powerful. We are in no way ready for this, but it seems like these assault marines are going to try and attack me head on, dropping down some as well, so we are completely surrounded here. Everything that I'm using has no chance against these assault marines. We have to get the fudge out of here, but do not forget as well that I have my commando unit right in the middle of that, so he's escaping too. Remember, he is not, even though he's really good at finishing off units and doing outside fighting, he is not good at one-to-one confrontations, even against standard units. He's just very fragile. He's kind of like a wet diaper in a sense that's been used. You can tear that thing down the middle. Now he's joining in here. Now look at that. By attacking the assault marines from the outside, he was able to take half damage on them by using that double barrel shotgun with one shot as well, which is nuts. Again, look, firing that double barrel shotgun. Now, not doing the half damage as you saw originally, but still doing really good DPS, and it's just fantastic. It might be based on range that his damage actually kind of like transmutes in that kind of sense. I'm not too sure. Got the commando fighting. I think that's Diomedes there. Is that Diomedes? That might be Diomedes. Diomedes running away like a gigantic pussy. I do love that he's in this game, though. Does anyone actually think that's really cool? He's in there? Actually, I think that might be the librarian. I'm getting lost here about all these hero units. They all look the same. This is the thing when it comes to these characters. They all look the freaking same. But we do actually have my commando unit, again, staying back with my team. And this is a really cool thing as well, is that you may notice this when it comes to the commando unit and, say, with assault marines, is that because he's very good at outside support in combat, it means that you can actually back up other units that are getting kind of, like, dropped on by assault marines. So generally, while the enemy assault marines might be able to tear through all of your units, say like your shooter boys, or like, you know, some other kind of ranged unit, maybe even like trucks or something, the commando is able to stay on the outside and kind of defend in a sense by using that double barrel shotgun and taking down half the health of those assault marines and able to help you keep ground, make sure you don't lose units from that assault marine attack. We don't actually have Gabriel Angelos here attacking me head on. This is not very nice, because one thing to always remember is that the commando is squishy. The commando cannot take down a Gabriel Angelos, but what about a Gabriel Angelos on a Gabriel Angelos? Well, that commando is going to join in with this little bit of an orgy. Again, with that shotgun look, even though it's got a really long reload time, he was able to do a nice little bit of damage while these 2 Gabriel Angeloses are having at it. Does that mean they're kind of like twins? They may be like long-lost brothers or something. I'm not too sure. He's getting knocked about a little bit, but while he's actually firing those shotgun shells off, he's actually able to reload on the go, which is very, very cool. Now, one thing we're actually going to do while these 2 Gabriels are fighting is actually go in for the librarian. The librarian is not a melee fighter. He's all about using magic. So, with that being said, as you can see, while slowly reloading, I'm going to be using that shotgun to slowly assassinate this librarian if we can. The Gabriel Angelos is actually not doing very well in this fight. It seems the librarian is actually running away here, has full shield as well. Do not know why our allied Gabriel is still fighting. Oh my goodness, dude, please get the fudge out of here. You're actually going to see me use my stealth grenade here while I'm running away. Hopefully, here we go, going to activate it and pop. Now, if the enemy were around me, I would actually be able to stun them, which is very, very cool, but because I went into combat there, I was obviously deactivating my cloak at the exact same time. But if you notice on the left side of the screen, it actually takes, look, the timer for that stun grenade is actually not that long, so what you can actually do is a possible assassination on a lot of units. So if you do actually end up seeing, like, say, a solo squad, just one squad of tactical marines or reconnaissance units, or even assault, you could actually try and assassinate them with that double double barrel shotgun and then go in for the cloak once more after finishing them. So he's got this very good kind of like assassination kind of thing about him, but not a full-on assassinator. He's more of, again, a support unit in combat while also having that kind of assassination. It's very unusual. He's just like a scouter. He's a very good scout unit. But depending on how you use him, how clever you are while using him, you can actually do some very, very cool things. This is the thing about Dawn of War. This is the thing that's always been about Dawn of War, is that you make your own tactics. You'll find really cool ways to use units that the developers never intended them to be used. Actually, I have a really massive fight going on here. One thing you may have noticed there as well was the flamethrower unit actually dispersing some fire on our team. And one thing to remember about flamethrower units that I mentioned in a previous video for Space Marines is that it's incredibly powerful. Please be careful when going up against flamethrower units because they will churn through all of your units like butter. They can actually kill entire armies of infantry while using that flamethrower. It is disgustingly devastating. Disgustingly devastating. DD, double... No, just stop. That is too much vocabulary. Slow down a second. But again, that commando unit coming in here and backing up my team, who was at the time getting a little bit messed up by the enemy assault marines there, but because of that double barrel shotgun, again, be able to defend, whittle down their units and make them retreat, which was very, very awesome. Now, you may notice on the top left, we actually have Gorgutz ready to come into this. Now, the really awesome thing about Gorgutz is that he's able to have the ability to do his whirlwind attack, which, and this is the really cool thing, has the ability to deflect bullets. I mentioned this in the previous videos, is that Gorgutz has the ability to deflect bullets with his whirlwind ability while also slowly taking down health of enemies who are within that whirlwind swing. Now, if you combine that with, say, the commando, again, you've got a very potential little bit of DPS output there, because it means that while having that commando hidden within that whirlwind, you're going to be able to do double damage with that shotgun, but it means as well that he will be pretty much looked after. He will not be able to get hurt. And when I say double damage, as I said, don't forget Gorgutz does do loads of damage with that whirlwind ability. So you're going to have so much potential to finish off units just through a hero squad in itself, which is very unusual. You generally don't really have hero squads and such, but now we have our own Titan Orc. Look at this thing. It is freaking huge, and it has some really cool abilities. One of the abilities is to fire its fist across the room and do some immense damage while then magnetizing those enemies into its body, which is very, very awesome, which it can allow, obviously, to do its melee damage on it. So I'm going to use that fist. Oh, that is so, so cool. And then what you can do is magnetize it and bring all of those enemies into you, which is so cool. Now, a little bit of the bad thing here is that the enemy librarian did end up dropping that barrier around him. Now, the really bad thing about the barrier is that it means that everyone that is within that is locked into it. But I was able to activate my, oh my goodness, my Titan's force field, which is able to defend my units from that orbital barrage. Some really cool abilities that can protect your units here, but sadly that orbital, oh my goodness, that orbital shield has actually ended up going through the shield and completely melting all of my units. Oh my goodness, they're floating in the air. They're completely screwed. My Titan is getting completely messed up as well, which is not something you want to see. But when it comes to the abilities, not only, as mentioned, does it have that gigantic magnetic fist, it has a cannon on its other arm, but also the ability to regenerate itself with Gretchens. So what we're able to do here is just walk away casually as you do, strutting your stuff. I mean, my units are getting a little bit finished. My commando just doing his thing, you know, doing that support combat, saving units. This is the thing. Look at all my squads on the bottom of the screen. There's a lot there that I've ended up losing a lot of health, but because my Titan can actually use the regeneration ability by spawning his own army of Gretchens, it means he can actually regenerate incredibly fast over time, which is very cool as well. So you can see here, look, while just casually doing his thing, he's able to have Gretchens running around healing him. And that's just really awesome. Look at the amount of health that he's gaining already. It's just ridiculous. Oh, he's a one-man army. It's a one-man army. I mean, generally these Titans are like manned by like hundreds of people, right? So I assume there's all these orcs like scrapping with each other. Have two Titans here going in for the main cannon here, which is going to be so awesome, so epic. Now, the really cool thing about this is that because we have actually two Titans on our team, it means that actual cannon does not know who to pick here. It's focusing on the allied Titan, which is kind of good because it means that my own Titan will actually lose no health here, but because I was able to use that fist, took loads of health off that enemy cannon, it means that we can actually continuously do damage. Also got an orbital barrage going onto the allied Titan as well, which is not very good. It seems that that Titan may have either been taken out of commission, always floating in midair because of that orbital barrage. But now mine has been caught in the, oh my goodness, it seems that, oh, it's just, it's so epic. It's so freaking epic when you get all this combat going around. Actually, it seems that the Allied Titan is still in this. He was just taken up to the heavens for a little hug with Jesus. Oh my goodness, and also, you may notice the Space Marine last cannon's firing on that allied Titan, and it's actually not doing that much damage, it's actually doing quite well. And this is coming from anti-vehicular Space Marines too. I do believe there might have been some Gretchens surrounding that allied unit, so that's very good. It might have been some of my own as well. You can actually see a Gretchen trying to run away there and then died. But we have a massive battle here, have my main force hiding behind that Titan. But remember that the Titan is a very good door knocker in a sense. You may notice this in a lot of films, like kind of like a Trojan horse, but not with the sneaky side of it. It's kind of like a battering ram. You can use that thing to rush enemy bases and completely pwn, but we are not ready yet for this. You may notice on the top right of the screen there, we actually have the enemy teams actually bunkering down in heavy cover. So as you know, in the original Dawn of War 2, you actually had heavy cover working in a completely different way. You had it where, basically, depending on where you stood on the field, be it behind cover, like in a sense of actual kind of obstacles, you could use that as actual legit, like, inanimate cover. Or if you say we're in like kind of like a what would you say, like an explosive zone, like a trench or something like that. It means that you could actually use that as kind of like a battle hole in the sense, or like cover in its sense as well. But in Dawn of War 3, you actually have it where you use these little kind of like barrier, kind of heavier cover things instead, which is very unusual, obviously, because it means that now you don't actually have that cover system, which was very, very useful in Dawn of War 2. It meant that multiplayer is very tactical in a sense, and that's not saying that Dawn of War 3 isn't tactical at all. As you've seen, Dawn of War 3 is incredibly tactical, but oh my goodness, that magnetic fist coming back to that Titan is so epic, so awesome. Sending all my units here, which are getting completely bombarded by heavy bolter fire, which is not what we want to see, but because I have that Titan, it's going to be able to go in there and actually help my units. My commando just completely chilling while poning some serious ass. Now, he is under fire here, but he's able to join in with the fight and use that double barrel shotgun to pwn some serious ass. Not bringing Gorgutz in yet, because there is no point wasting all those elite points when we're actually doing quite well for ourselves. We could use Gorgutz at any time where we wanted, but remember that we also have our own orbital barrage, which is the ability above Gorgutz, which is very powerful. You actually see it on the right side of the screen here. It slowly builds in a circular spherical arc, and then at the end of that timer, it ends up blowing up like a nuclear bomb, which is incredibly awesome, incredibly powerful. Using that magnetic fist again to pull all the enemies into my units and finishing them off once and for all. I also got, is that what I think is a Death Watch unit trying to escape, but no. My elite boy is able to finish them off once and for all. That was really good. That was awesome. Using those tactics, using those units. This is something that we want to see you do in your own Dawn of War 3 matches. Now, one thing you will notice, lots of scrap all over the place. This is a really cool thing when it comes to Orc units, is that they can actually scrap dropships. They can actually scrap destroyed buildings. Even tanks. If you find a Predator tank that's been completely messed up, you can actually scrap it. And this is kind of like the taking your trophies, taking your prize for your battles. And I love that. I love that the Orcs can do that kind of thing. We're actually going to be using our Titan here by himself. This is what he can do, look. Fist! And then destroy. Oh my goodness, the damage that thing does. And then using that magnetic fist to bring those enemies in as well. I mean, not many there because obviously we finished them off. And we've actually got the allied units here is also dropping in with those trucks that can actually fire their own orcs in like assault marines, which is really cool. Obviously, it's an extra step, but it's still awesome. Enemies here using a combination of las cannons and heavy bolter, which is very unusual because those las cannons are actually going to be able to do anything. They should probably focus on my Titan, but this Titan is just going in and whooping some serious butt. She's also got Gabriel Andros just chilling out in the back there, but I don't think he's going to survive for very long. He's just casually doing this while we're destroying the enemy generator. Also, some Space Marines here coming in with those plasma guns. You may notice that they're actually doing quite well damage over a long period of time, but it's still not going to be enough to finish them off when it comes to my own orcs. No, it seems he's just handling himself. Look at this Titan, just chilling out. He doesn't give a fudge. He's just activating his shield. Then got an allied orbital barrage dropping in here to finish off the enemy team's army while we slowly defeat them on their own generator. I mean, this is looking like a victory to me. This is definitely looking like a victory to me. So comment section below, let me know, what did you think of this match? Would love to know. Are you actually an Orc user yourself? Are you a Space Marine user? Are you an Eldar user? What do you use against the Orcs? What do you use for the Orcs when fighting together with the Orcs as well as allies? I would love to know all of your opinions, all of your tactics. We're whipping some serious ass here. This has been a really good one because not only have we been able to show you the Commando today, we've also been able to show you the Titan as well, which is very, very badass. Oh, and this is a funny thing. As this thing I mentioned, I've never used to be really into the Orcs. The Orcs used to be so complicated to me because of the whole war thing. But now they've been able to simplify that war by actually making it so you can build a few war towers, not many, you know, just build up a few. And then that's it. Just forget about it. Use the war to kind of like buff up your units later on. But now it's this thing where, you know, it's not only is it simplified, but it's also where they actually feel like they could be on the level of, say, the Space Marines. It means that you can actually have that fun with the orcs while not really worrying about it too much. Also got my commando here running in and finishing off. This is the thing, look, while it's using that magnetic fist. Oh my goodness, my brain just exploded. That was amazeballs. But you also saw that commando doing some serious damage to that librarian, so again, he's a very good hero finisher offerer, if that was a word. But it has been me, Josh Ignore Proxy, finishing off the enemy team in Dawn of War 3. I hope you enjoyed this match. It was so cool, so epic. I hope you enjoyed all of our Dawn of War 3 content so far. I cannot wait to bring you more of it in the future along with the review. Do not forget to check that out once it pops out. But it has been me, Josh Ignore Proxy, and I will see you all next time. Ciao for now.